Hello and welcome to our match review of the Manchester United and Newcastle game, which has just finished 1-0 to Manchester United through a smash and grab Ashley Young strike very late on. Now, it wasn't really a much improved performance. I mean, we had a lot of possession, especially first half. We had almost all the play, but we didn't create, well, practically any more chances than Newcastle, really. Uh, I mean, we saw it. We thought it was going to be tight. I mean, Angel, you predicted it was going to be 1-0, and you got it right. How did you see? Did you see any improvements today from Manchester United, or did you think it was just the same again? Because it wasn't really that great a performance, but obviously the main aspect of this was the 3 points, which could be massive in the title in the race for the top four places.
Obviously, yeah, I predicted it right, 1-0. Was it the most satisfying scoreline or performance? No, but we got the 3 points in the end. That's what we had to do. I felt that Rooney, he played well. He tried. I mean, some people are saying that Rooney, we've got to thank Rooney for the goal, but people forgetting that Rooney missed a couple of chances too. So, but overall, I think he played well. I don't know why Di Maria came off. He was starting to grow into the game. I don't know why Van Gaal took him off. And then Van Gaal sticks on Mata in the 84th minute. Like, that's going to make a difference. Why didn't you just start Mata in the first place? Fellaini was useless in the whole. But, it's his philosophy, so, we can't really do anything about it, to be honest. But I'm
Yeah,
happy with the 3 points here.
yeah, I would have liked to have seen Mata start in place of Fellaini, and obviously Angel Di Maria. You can see sort of glimpses of what he can do, but still, it's not quite all there from him. So I don't know how you saw it, Kevin. I mean, it was a bit difficult. Late on there, we were trying to nick the game there late, and it didn't seem like the goal was actually going to come. It seemed like it was just going to fizzle out to a 0-0 draw. I mean, both sides only had two or three shots, I think, on target in the whole game. So in terms of chances, it was quite even, but we had a lot more of the play in their half. I mean, especially first half. I mean, if this had been any other teams like Chelsea or someone, they would have probably won this quite comfortably. So it is a bit worrying to see, isn't it?
Yeah, but we did start the game really well, which was very different for once. I mean, we had that chance, and was it the first 20 or 30 seconds? Di Maria in goal, and he decided to try and put Colaccini on the floor and whatnot, and then the chance fizzled out. We looked better. We looked more attacking. I suppose we're still pretty poor performance-wise, but at least there was more attacking intent. Van Gaal still doesn't know what his best 11 is. I don't think he still knows what his best team is, etc. I wanted to see Mata on the pitch, but Fellaini was there, and he was quite poor today. I think he could have got one or two goals. I think it was Di Maria put in a great ball, and Fellaini decided to jump too early, and then he headed the ball on his way down and whatnot. He was just really poor. Rooney got himself about the pitch, which is what I think if he had played the two strikers, I think this game would have really benefited Falcao or Van Persie, because Rooney was doing a lot of running today, and for me that's what the Falcao and Van Persie are missing, along with them being poor themselves in terms of finishing chances and whatnot. They've got that; they don't have that runner around them, and Rooney was doing that as well, getting himself about, and it was epitomised when we scored the goal. Chasing down, hustling and harrying the Newcastle players, forcing Krul into the mistake, and Ashley Young dispatched of his chance quite well, but. We still look shaky at the back. Newcastle caught us on the counter-attack numerous times, giving the ball away. Herrera did that. Di Maria did that. And better teams would have punished us. But, even so, we had David De Gea between the sticks, who was awake and alert. But it was better. Not fantastic, not great, but better shit than shit.
Yeah, well, obviously the 3 points are the main thing, but still, I don't feel for the amount of play that we had in this game, there was enough cutting edge and enough chances created. I don't know what you think, Joe. I mean, under Sir Alex Ferguson, when we're going into the last 5 or 10 minutes of a game, there would have been so many chances created there. I mean, the goalkeeper would have been able to make save after save. We would have had corner after corner. We would have had so much. And I personally did not see a goal coming until the mistake at the back led to a goal. I mean, I think we've got out of jail there, really, myself.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I really did not see it coming at all. Because, I want the first half. I was watching the first half, And, Blind and Herrera got the ball, and they're passing it out wide, and then it's coming back in, and then it's just, at one point I watched, and you have Fellaini, Rooney, you have your two wide men, and then you have Blind and Herrera moving about, but there's just no movement. There's just a total lack of movement. It looks like everybody's, paralyzed to their place. And I think that's a lot of the problem is we're not bringing defenders out, we're not creating space for each other. When you don't have the ball, you still have to move about, and you have to help. You can do as much off the ball as you can on the ball, and I thought that we lacked that completely. I didn't like Fellaini starting, especially in the 10 role. How are we going to put our least creative player in the position where we need the most creativity? And I think Kevin's just talking about how much Rooney was running around, and Van Persie or Falcao would have greatly benefited from that. I would have rather seen Rooney in the 10 with Falcao starting, or maybe Mata in there, because Mata can pick a pass and he can unlock a defense. And you need players like Juan Mata against these teams that are going to camp out and try and counterattack you, because Juan Mata can find those alleys and those channels, and he can get the ball to our playmakers. And I said it too. I completely agree with Angel. Now, Di Maria, he's one of our best players. On form, he's probably our best player. And he had two really nice balls. One was to Fellaini, who chested it down and hit it right at Krul. And I forget what the other one was, but he was just starting to get into the game, and we took him off. And I thought that was the wrong move. I don't mind Januzaj coming on, but maybe shift Di Maria centrally where he's best. We've seen Di Maria best in the central part of the field, where he can get on the ball more. When he's shoved out wide, he only has limited opportunities to get the ball, and he's got Valencia behind him, and that's not very confident for him. I didn't see the goal coming, but Wayne Rooney kept fighting, and that was good, because if he didn't keep on with it, Krul wouldn't have made that mistake, and we wouldn't have got the goal. And then on their breakaway, where I think it was Cisse, he put it wide. If you watch the replay, Wayne Rooney is hauling ass back, trying to get back. I was pretty impressed. Like, Wayne Rooney wasn't that great. He missed that sitter when he thought he was offside, and he missed a few chances, but in the end he came good, and that's what you want from your captain. You want him setting an example for the other players on the pitch. But yeah, Fellaini was really poor. He should have scored 2 goals. And I just think that there's better players at Manchester United that should be playing ahead of him. But what are you going to do? In the end, it was 3 points that we needed to get. I keep saying that we play down to our competition or we play up to our competition. And, I saw nothing today that gave me confidence going against Arsenal on Monday. But you just got to hope that we'll be ready for that game, because I really want to win the FA Cup.
Yeah, it is got to improve the performances in order to beat Arsenal. I mean, that's the next game coming up, so we've got to play better than this. I don't know how you saw the substitutions, Angel. I mean, he decided to leave Radamel Falcao on the bench for the whole game. I don't know I think maybe he should have brought him on. I know obviously Rojo was on a yellow card, and there was obviously always that chance that he could get sent off. So I presume that was why he brought Carrick on. But you never know. Falcao could have nicked a goal. I mean, obviously with his proven record over the years, I mean there's always that one moment which could change his Manchester United career. I thought it was a bit strange. I know obviously he brought Juan Mata on, who in most people's view should have started, but I don't know. You see Falcao. It seems to me as though his futures at Manchester United will definitely come to an end at the end of the season now.
To be honest, I don't see Falcao staying beyond the end of the season. I don't think he's done enough to justify his £43 million supposed price tag. Well, that's what Monaco want anyway. I didn't understand putting Carrick on when you have Radamel Falcao and Juan Mata on the bench. I didn't understand that by Van Gaal. Falcao should have definitely come on when 0-0. The game's open. Surely we should be going for the goal, going for the win. But Van Gaal, as he likes to do, he likes to play it safe. And I think it was summed up when Ashley Young scored the winner. You see Ryan Giggs' expression. He wasn't impressed. Van Gaal was all ecstatic. But Ryan Giggs knows we've got away with that very luckily. Very, very, very lucky. I can't stress how fortunate we are to have gone away with the 3 points. The substitutions, like I said, Di Maria is starting to get into the game, and I'm no problem with Januzaj. I think he's a good player, but Di Maria, he's world class, and he's one of the best players on his day, one of the best players in the world on his day. So I didn't understand that. We should have definitely started Mata. Fellaini was in the hole, was ineffective in the hole. Newcastle, they're prone to number 10s. They can't deal with number 10s, and why we didn't start Juan Mata in the number 10 role, I will never understand Van Gaal. But you know, for it's long ball is his philosophy, I guess. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, it is difficult. I would never have started Fellaini. I mean, I just hate that sort of player. I mean, his touch is terrible. I mean, he loses the ball often. I mean, I wouldn't have him in a top team at all. I think he's best suited for a mid-table team myself. Obviously, there's a lot of controversial topics to talk about in this game, but we got away with it a bit in the first half when I think it was quite early on when they could have had a penalty. I don't know how you saw that, Kevin. I mean, it looked to me as though it was a stonewall penalty, so we've really got away with that. I mean, if this had been any bigger team today, I think we would have at least drawn this game and probably lost it with that chance. And I mean, in the second half, David Hayes pulled off at least two decent saves. I know Tim Krul's pulled off some world-class saves as well, but it could have quite easily been sort of 1-1 this game, couldn't it? Just like some of the other games we've drawn. I mean, I think it was 7 or 8 draws we've had now, which is awful away from home.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier on, the Smalling tackle, I think it was Ayoze or whoever it was, I can't remember. I thought personally it was a penalty. He didn't touch the ball. He just got his leg, his foot, brought him down the box. Should have been a penalty, but it wasn't given. We should have put our chances away. I thought that would be a wake up call really to the lads and think, oh shit, we just go away with that. But let's try and get an early goal here. But no. They needed more and more wake up calls. We weren't learning. We were giving away possession easily. We kept on getting countered. Cisse had that great chance, 1-on-1 with De Gea, and he just put it wide. And on a different day, with another, perhaps better opposition, we're losing this game, no doubt about it. But then the flip side is that we also had many, many chances. You look at that Rooney chance where he thought it was offside, a player of his experience, the captain, should be playing to the whistle, go until the end, hit the ball into the back of the net at all costs, but he just tried to dink and put it wide, awful. Then there was the shot that Krul saved, rebounded to Ashley Young, and Ashley Young, instead of hitting it first time, like did for the goal, had to bring it down and then allowed Krul to make the save again. So, yeah, the away form, I think it just shows when he took off Rojo and brought on Carrick, it's typical United away from home. At home, I think, and I hope he would have brought on Falcao, he would have brought on Mata, it would have been all guns blazing, let's get the win at all costs. But away from home, I thought he was thinking, it's looking like we're going to get a point here, we'll take a point away from home. It would have been our 8th draw if we had drawn it, like you said. So yeah, also Evans spitting at Cisse, that's disgusting. It's absolutely vile. I don't know what was happening there. From what I saw from the tangle, what I understood, Cisse, stamped on him accidentally, pretty trying to get up on the tackle, whatever. Evans reacts in a stupid manner, kicking out at him, then spitting at him. And Cisse's reaction is also spitting back at Evans. This eye for an eye is absolutely disgusting. Spitting at one player at another. Both should have been sent off. Fortunately, that the referee didn't. For us, keep 11 men, whatever. The referee didn't see it. Maybe the FA will do something about it, but knowing the Football Association of this country, they probably won't. So yeah, that's a disgusting thing to see, and I hope Van Gaal punishes the boy for it. Because where is Luke Shaw? Me and Joey were talking about it before we went live. Luke Shaw was supposedly tired, and now he's not even in the squad today. I doubt Luke Shaw, has been tired for a whole week. He has a bed. Look how much money he earns. He's renting Ronaldo's flat, for God's sake, or house rather. So there must be something going on behind the scenes between Shaw and Van Gaal. Late for training, didn't come to training, out clubbing too much, eating fish and chips. I don't know, whatever the case may be. But yeah, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that we just don't know. But yeah, disappointing performance. But yeah, we got the win. So United need to get their heads together for Arsenal, because they're not going to be easy, especially with Sanchez back in goal scoring form after scoring at QPR today.
Yeah, we really need to get our act together. I mean, this performance wasn't good enough at all. We could play a lot better than this. Well, I mean, our home form, we have played a lot better than this. Do you, Joey, think it's been a bit negative bringing on Carrick there late on? I can see sort of why he wanted to bring Carrick on, because Marcus Rojo was on a yellow card and he'd just made another foul and one more and he would have been sent off. So I can see a little bit why he did take him off. But it's 0-0, so we need to win this game.
Did he come on at 0-0?
Yeah.
I thought he came on after. I thought he was the third substitution.
Well, anyway, we should.
No, he came on just before it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we need to win this game, and either way, I don't know why Falcao didn't come on for him really. I mean, he can always score goals and stuff. I don't know how you feel about Falcao not coming on. I mean.
Well, I mean, he hasn't really, lit it up. Yeah, Carrick came on in the 89th minute after, so, I mean, I understand that. I understand taking Rojo off, and you want to get Carrick a couple minutes of game time, because I think Michael Carrick could be a really important player against Arsenal. He's one of our best central midfielders. He keeps the team organized, but, I did not like that he took off Di Maria, like we said. And then I thought the Fellaini substitution should have happened 10 minutes earlier. It looked like we really didn't have any urgency until about the 80th minute when Fellaini had come off. And I think, we were very lucky to get the win, and I think we should have shown more urgency coming out at halftime. You want to get top four. We needed, a game like today, we got the 3 points, but it should have been wrapped up by the 60th, 70th minute, not wait until, the 85th to score. So I don't have a problem with Carrick coming on late in the game because Rojo was lucky not to be sent off. He came up high on, I think it was Janmat, one of the Newcastle players. He could have been sent off easily. But what was your question, Dave? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just talking about, was you surprised that Falcao didn't
come
Falcao.
On? Well,
yeah, we needed to nick a goal, didn't we? I mean, at any time.
I was saying earlier, Rooney was getting himself about, really moving around, and when he's doing that and he's the main striker, then there's nobody to cross the ball to because Rooney's in midfield trying to make something happen. And that should have been Fellaini trying to do that, but he's not that type of player. So I thought Rooney should have been dropped to the 10 role and Falcao should have started. That would have been an option. Or Mata should have started with Rooney up top. I think Wayne Rooney is our best overall number 10. So, yeah, I would have liked to see Falcao. This would have been a good game for him because we played with the wide players. We had, when we had Falcao, we haven't really played with the wingers. We played with the diamond or the wing backs. So I mean, Falcao's good at getting on the end of crosses, and he's good at picking up those opportunities in the box. He's not gonna. I don't think he'll start against Arsenal. It'll be interesting. I'm really, really interested to see his lineup against Arsenal. I would not be surprised if he went back to 3 at the back. I mean, I know that's like fucking nails on a chalkboard to everybody's ears, but don't be surprised if it happens, if he tries to sit back and counter Arsenal like he did the first time. But being at home, we have played better, not much better, a little bit better. It sucks having to watch us play this way because, what we're used to, but top 4 is the goal, but I don't know if we're going to get it if we keep, playing like this. Now, these games do happen, these 1-0 games, Chelsea only won 1-0 today against West Ham, and you're going to have games like this. I remember, United winning a few 1-0s when we last won the title. Some squeaky bum, it twitchy ass time. But if we play like this the rest of the season, we won't get top 4. But I want to see more urgency out of us. I don't think there was enough urgency with the substitutions. Like I said, I thought Fellaini should have come off a long time before he did. But we'll have to see. Van Gaal's learning a new country and a new league, and I think he's underestimated it. And going back to the Ryan Giggs thing, yeah, Ryan Giggs did not look, like, I still don't think he's the assistant manager. I think he's just there. And I think that guy Stuvenberg, the guy who's usually on Van Gaal's left over here, I think he's the real assistant manager, and Giggs is just there, for the public relations, and because that was one of the stipulations for Van Gaal taking over. I know Van Gaal says he likes to keep one of the previous coaching staff, so I would like Van Gaal to use Giggs' knowledge a little bit more. Giggs knows the league. He knows how to win these games. Giggs has been part of some fantastic games against Newcastle. But in the end, 3 points. We just got to look forward to Arsenal. And then after that, we have in the league, who is it?
Tottenham.
Is it Tottenham? That's going to be a tough one because, they're a good team. They have decent players. Harry Kane's one of the best strikers in the league this season. So, these games are going to be, there's going to be a lot more today. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if my nerves can take it.
No, definitely not. I think, like when Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge, admittedly we did get a lot of these games where we nicked him in the last few minutes, like we've done here. But most of the time, I thought that possibly a goal was going to come because we used to bomb forward. He used to put as many forwards on as he could get. We used to be crossing the ball in the box. We'd have so many corners. Goalkeepers would be making world-class saves. Defenders would be blocking on the line. And I just don't think I saw that today. I don't know what you think, Angel. I mean, it didn't really look as though the goals are coming. I mean, we've got to be winning these games if we want to finish in that top four. I mean, it looked so much different years ago under Sir Alex Ferguson. Teams actually feared that they were going to concede a goal from somewhere because of the way we used to play, but it just isn't the same at all. I mean, it was like this under David Moyes as well. That seems to have completely gone out the window since Sir Alex Ferguson's left, and I don't understand how it can completely go. I mean, some of them players are still the ones that Sir Alex Ferguson used.
If this was under Sir Alex Ferguson, I'm 100% sure we would have won that game comfortably, 3-4-0, you name it. Because Newcastle, they had little attacks, that they threatened, but they were terrible defensively. I mean, we had many chances, but we couldn't convert them for one reason or another, or like Joey said, Rooney wasn't in the box enough because he was in midfield trying to make things happen. If Mata played today, then Mata would have done what Rooney was doing. Rooney shouldn't have been doing that. Fellaini should have, but Fellaini's not a creative player. He's just a tall tree in the number 10 role. That's it. That's what he is.
From the Lord of the Rings, where there's Ents.
He just scoops the ball to him, and that's it. But yeah, I'm definitely. I don't know what's happened to United since Ferguson's left. I mean, I'm not entertained anymore watching Manchester United. I used to, United are playing, look forward to watching Man United because we used to play such entertaining and attacking football. But now it's this dire passing sideways and backwards. I don't know, this Van Gaal philosophy, Dutch football. I don't know what this philosophy is. If it's shit football, then we don't want your philosophy, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, the football was
Gary was. Yeah, it was worse. But Gary Neville said how we can't just ask for the football from Sir Alex Ferguson. We've got to adapt to Van Gaal's football, and yeah, we have to adapt to his passing game. But passing it sideways and backwards from a corner kick when we're in the box is unacceptable in my opinion. Why we're doing that, I don't think any team on the planet would do that, let alone Manchester United doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't really put a finger on it. I don't know if you've got anything you want to say about it, Kevin. I mean, it's difficult because before everyone would almost fear that every team would fear that we were going to score. I mean, even the likes of Liverpool and teams like that, if we needed a goal, would be worried that we might nick a goal in the final minutes. And I mean, we just didn't look that fearful. I mean, it didn't look like that today, did it? I mean, we never really looked like scoring. I mean, I was actually quite shocked that we did get that goal at the end, and even then, Newcastle could have had one as well. I mean, it was just a bit of bad defending. Well, I presumed when I was watching the game that if either team scored, it was going to be from a mistake, and that was actually how it ended up being.
I mean, United's whole reputation was damaged so much last season. The whole fear factor, that phrase was thrown around so much by the media, the press, and the pundits, especially over here in England on Match of the Day. I mean, I heard fear factor so many times. That's all gone. It's just United, especially this season, away from home. What are they going to be scared of, really? 7 draws that we've had away from home. It just didn't look like we were going to score chance after chance after chance. I just thought it was going to be one of those matches where we don't score. And I've got to say, it was fantastic to see Jonas Gutierrez back on the pitch after his whole cancer battle, 17 months out of the game. It was fantastic to see him back on the pitch. But at the same time, I was worried that was going to rile up Newcastle, because you heard how loud the fans were cheering when Gutierrez got on the pitch. It was like they got an extra energy bonus, like they got some sort of ultimate team card and they were just going to be unstoppable. That's what I thought anyway. Gutierrez had a little run as well throughout. We got past 4 or 5 of our players and into the box before he lost the ball as well. I thought if any team was going to score, it's going to be Newcastle. Gutierrez coming on would give them that boost, and it would just be something that happened to United, where we have chance after chance, our captain has a chance, Di Maria has a chance, Young has a chance, Herrera has a chance, everyone's had a chance, but we just end up losing it. But we didn't. We stuck through, and we have grinded out a few results this season. Not necessarily victories, but you look at the West Brom game. Late on in the game, Blind scored. Look at West Ham. Late on in the game, Blind scores again. Chelsea at Old Trafford, 1-1. All these late goals. So we have done it this season. It's just that that flick of that flame of United's fire, and I suppose the devil in us in the last 10 minutes of a game doesn't seem to be there anymore. It doesn't seem to be as present as it used to be. But I think we're a stronger team mentally than we were last season, definitely. It's difficult to say. The away form, I think, is one guy just trying to play it safe, just trying to get draws as a bare minimum, to be honest. I'm more confident about the home games. We've got a difficult run of form. My God, what is it? Liverpool, Tottenham next, then Liverpool, then Villa, then City, Chelsea, Everton. It's going to be a tough 2 months. It will be make or break. It's 3 away games, 3 home games. If we come out of that with at least 12, 15 points, then I'll be over the moon. I just hope that they really get together, because he seems to turn up in big games anyway, and it doesn't come any bigger than the games that we've got in the next few months. So bring it on, lads.
Yeah, I mean, these teams should really be fearing some of the players we've got. I mean, we've got world-class players in that team: Angel Di Maria, Wayne Rooney, Herrera. I mean, there's world-class players still in that team. Other teams should really be fearing us, but obviously they're not, with all these bad performances we've had this season. Joey, I don't know who you really saw was the outstanding one. Probably, for me, David De Gea was probably man of the match for me. I don't know if you've got anything else to add before we finish up.
Yeah, I mean, we can go through us four and look at all the individual players. I think David De Gea was obviously, he didn't have a whole lot to do, but when he was called upon, he had a few great saves, and, I just am fearing him in the fucking Spanish capital. But, yeah, David De Gea was great today. Valencia, average. Smalling was all right. He should have got a penalty. Could have been totally different. And I think the way the ref's angle was, it might have looked like Smalling got the ball, but he didn't. We were lucky not to get a penalty. Evans, he had his little incident. Other than that, he didn't do anything crazy bad, crazy great. He was all right. Rojo didn't get forward as much as I would have liked him to. He had that one shot, which wasn't far off. Herrera and Blind, they're two constants in our team, and it takes time to build a partnership, and they could have a good partnership. I thought they were all right today. Wayne Rooney, for the misses he had, he did fight a lot, and he in the end it was him causing the ruckus that got us the goal. Ashley Young was all right. He didn't really, it was just like a lot of all right performances. I didn't think Januzaj was great when he came on. I thought he was actually bad. He gave the ball away a few times. So it was just, it just seems that when we go away that all our players have average games and nobody has like a real standout game, except for the keeper. And I mean, obviously you want your keeper to have a standout game, but I just feel like we're just so unlucky on the road because, like I said, all our players have average games, and it hurts us. But David De Gea, for me, is man of the match. Ashley Young got the goal, but David De Gea saved the bacon as he does, because I thought they were going to get a goal at the end. They were pressing pretty hard. But, 3 points, it's a results business. We're still fourth. And, we were talking about this crazy run of games we got coming up, and they're going to be tough. And good thing Louis van Gaal is a big game manager. But I don't think Liverpool is going to keep up this type of form until the end of the year. There'll be some slip-ups from them. Same with Arsenal. Arsenal are a very weak-minded team. It seems that when something bad happens to them, they only won 2-1, and I didn't watch the game, but I'm sure, there were some moments that QPR had that they could have, got a draw out of the game. So I don't expect Arsenal and Liverpool to win every game. We just got to keep doing our own thing. The great thing is we control our own destiny. You can't take that out of our hands yet. If we keep doing what we do and get the results, we'll be top 4, and we'll deserve it, because I'll tell you what, we'll be a hell of a lot better in Europe than fucking Arsenal or Liverpool will.
Yeah, certainly if we spend big again in the summer, yes. I mean, it's obviously really got to be David Hare who was man of the match. I mean, he saved us a few times, and we've obviously got to be thankful that we've got him in goal. I mean, I think we really will need to step it up for that next game against Arsenal in the coming days on Monday. So we'll probably be back for a preview of that probably in the next day or so. So stay tuned for that. Thanks to everyone for checking in and watching. I think Joey has got an announcement to make on the preview for that game.
Yeah, there'll be an announcement, and I think we're going to debut our pre-match hangout. I'm available. I don't know if you guys are. An hour before the game comes, we want to get together on a hangout, talk about the lineups, talk about our strategies. You know, obviously we'll have our preview, but then we can do some match build-up before the game. It'll be something to do because I know, me personally, I don't like really, you know, the hour before the game, the lineup comes out, and then I feel like I'm sitting around for an hour waiting. So you guys, you know, we'll try and figure out this live comment box. We'll be able to come in, make some comments on the lineup, things we would do differently, things we agree with, and there will be a shirt giveaway. It'll be announced during that pre-match hangout or in the preview, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah. So everyone stay tuned for that. Thanks for everyone's support, and make sure to let us know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below, and we'll be back for the preview of the Arsenal game in a couple of days.